I've been thought that culture is me, culture is you, culture is all are we. And one of the greatest parts of our culture is in the steel pan, the steel yard, the community of the steel pan. And the hub has made its first stop in our content, Exodus. I know this is not a strange place for many persons, but I stand here today on these grounds and it's a feeling of family, it's a feeling of togetherness, it's a feeling of they me, they you, they all are we. So, don't be surprised when the hub pops into another steel pan, a steel yard, steel members. Remember, pan, me, you, all are we.
The journey, the experience, the hub.
I am standing on what many persons from the East know to be a we place. They we own.
Right.
This is we own. I am in Exodus Panyard. Everybody passing knows when we see this red, white, and black, what this mean. They home all here. I have a thing for culture, look my pause.
Wow.
I have a thing for culture. I have a thing for culture is me, culture is you, culture is all are we. And I mean, the season is here. It reached. When all is starting with training.
The 6th of January.
Well, I catch all in time because of Miss Judy, but I tell me no kill I don't have time for that at all.
True.
Right? I am in Exodus home ground. I am here with Miss Judy, and I'm here with
Jryck Williams,
was the role and function.
the section leader of the cellos,
Hello, and I'm here with.
and Llori Waithe, and I'm one of the section leaders for the tenor.
Look at that. All young persons coming out. Everybody's from Tunapuna. Everybody's from this area.
Yes, close enough.
Well,
Right
close enough, right? Pan. The essence of what makes us red, white, and black. We can't deny that, Miss Judy. How long have you been with the Exodus family?
I have been with Exodus since I was in Form, since 1984.
Nah, man, Miss Judy.
I was in Form 1, I think at St. George's College. That's when I joined Exodus.
Only die how long? Only maths better than mine.
My first here.
Die,
25 minus 1985. Wow.
Miss Judy, and you have never moved from Exodus?
No, Exodus is home, Exodus is family.
Nah, man, only. Why Exodus?
At that time, I remember I was a young girl going to school, and it was the functioning steel band beside Panorama. They were practicing during the year. I remember my mother, we had no vehicle. We walked from Europe, and she brought me to join Exodus over in Scarlet Ibis.
Where the hotel is, right there?
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
that has
since
ever
then,
since.
that is it.
Yes.
And then you just came
Born
and
into
you...
the vineyard.
Yes.
Yeah, they were strawberry right in our yard.
Oh my gosh. No, I always say when we speak to people, that's when we get to understand people's story. We get to understand people's history and we get to understand the connection that people have to particular things. Like Miss Judy, for you is Pan. You just came right into it. You
Yeah.
can't move.
No.
You're not
I'm going.
moving.
I'm
Come on,
moving.
you're not
Right,
moving. Why Exodus for you?
When I was really, really small, like about 3 or 4, my mom bought a little pan for my dad, and I just kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. So one day she said, she would try to see if she could get a class for me, and my great uncle is actually Desmond Waithe, so he was here. So she just brought me here. So I've been in Exo Cubs, which is the junior band, since I was 3 and a half, about 4. And then when I was in standard 5, we had a little video thing, and I started learning the Panorama song, the bass and chorus. And Julie told my mommy, she said, she could do it, she could do it. So when I was in standard 5, I actually played for my first Panorama.
No, Olia, listen to me, right? My child is 9. Her grandfather bought her a tenor, and she stands on YouTube, and she has photographic memory.
Yeah.
So the person on YouTube is actually showing you, you're hitting E 5 times, and you're hitting F. And now that I'm talking to you all, I am seeing more and more and more where we just need to integrate the young persons into the panyards,
Right.
into the culture, because they we. And I'm finding, see, I'm stressing on they we. Eh? They we. But tell us more about yourself outside of the Exodus family.
Well, I'm currently in my final year at UE.
Me too, lover.
I'm major
Me
in
too.
linguistics.
Well, us
yeah.
3.
I'm major in linguistics and a minor in Spanish. Right now, the hobbies,
little low because of school, just trying to get through the final year.
Correct.
However, I have realized through the years that I love languages, and most like that's where my future will lead. So for me, it's really just school, pan, and languages.
Well, for me, now we're in the essence of young people, and we're in the essence of growing and building. And I also have these things for people who look like us.
Yeah.
And we look at the media, and everything that comes from us, it seems to be very negative. It comes across as though we didn't have parents who has placed us in directions for growth and for community and for purpose. And I know that the pattern is more than just the playing of the pan, but it's ensuring that we give our young people a structure. We give our young people a home. We give our young people a safe place to feel as though they belong. How has Exodus done that for you?
I think, well, mainly for me, I remember as a child, throughout the year, your mommy will go stateside practice and she depend here. And rehearsal going on, but it's when Panorama time starts, and everybody who you don't see throughout the year
They come.
Yeah? I think that is for me, that is where you feel the family, you feel the love.
Yes.
Panorama time is always my favorite time of year, extended by Carnival.
Yes.
And just being able to see people, Auntie Roxanne, Auntie Lisa, people who know you from since you're small.
Since your neighbor Stringberry outside.
Right outside there, yeah. Well, my very actually. So it really is, for me, it's family. It's family.
You.
I think pertaining to the discipline part, we can't do anything if we don't all practice together.
Yes.
So I think that whole concept of everybody having to do something together and get it right together not only builds camaraderie, but it does just give general discipline in life. And I think that is an important part of the panyard and of music playing in general, that it does build character and yield discipline.
Yeah. Ms. Judy, as a Ella inside of here, how is your role in terms of establishing discipline, respect, arriving on time, also leaving on time, because you ain't just sitting down to be lingering, doing absolutely nothing. How is your role when it comes to these social issues that I think many of our young people need? We could agree on that, right?
Well, first of all, we have guidelines that we would have established and we would have enforced. And as you just mentioned, I mean, she said where she came from, and also Llori, they came from small. So it is inculcated into their mindset. So anybody else coming as young as they set the trend. They don't even tell you what they have done. They came from extra cubs. Listen carefully, both of them. And both of them now tutors in extra cubs. When I asked her about herself, she told me what she's studying just now.
They're being shy. I don't know why they're being shy.
They are now tutors in extra cubs. But what I'm saying that because we have established, it's like culture. Remember, culture have different perspectives. One avenue of culture is which part you transfer knowledge and you transfer history and guidelines and morals. And our culture in Exodus is one to be on time, as you saw here just now. Yeah. Is one we have a high moral behavior. For example, nowadays in young people, as I just mentioned, they 15 say they're drinking alcohol and doing what? Ask them in this deal, man, you under 18, we don't care. If your mother, whoever, you cannot drink any alcohol in Exodus Steel underage. And they know the standards. So it's my elders pass it on to me, and I pass it on to them, and
now
they
I have to pass it on to another generation. Yeah. I mean, don't feel like picking on you plenty, but you're here so long, so we have to ask you, right? Over the years of you being a part of Pan and being a part of Panorama and being a part of the lead up to Panorama, how would you define culture?
Oh, culture is in the blood.
Oh, God, my boss,
it flows. Because culture is so many things. Culture is identity. Culture is a sense of belonging.
Yes.
Culture is an impact on creativity. It's an economic part. So culture runs in the veins. It runs in the blood.
How you will define culture?
Well, again, as a linguistic student, so I define culture with language and language identity. Because actually, I did a course this semester on Caribbean dialectology.
Yes.
We understand the history of the indigenous languages, the African languages, all languages that pass through the Caribbean. And for me, doing that course made me appreciate who I am as an individual, who I am as a Trinidadian, who I am when I speak Creole, people and I say good morning, what's going on? And culture is identity for me.
Yes.
It's who I am.
How you will define culture?
I think, leading off of what Jryck said, I think culture is uniqueness. It's what makes us different. When you come to Trinidad and they ask you, why do you like Trinidad? It's because of our culture. It's what you can't find anywhere else. So I think, to me, that is what culture is. It's what makes us Trinidadians to be.
But I must ask you, because I find Miss Judy wants to be quiet, is it? And you want to be quiet, is it? What you studying?
I am doing a double major in chemistry and biochemistry.
So why you kept that a secret?
I did. It wasn't asked.
We didn't ask, and my friend here made sure I told you, no, I am in my last year. I like Spanish and I like languages. I mean, come on. Hello, I am in my last year with my master's in human communications, okay?
Correct.
All right, I just putting that out there. No, but we could really sense the family orientation that takes place inside of here. Yeah. I remember I was talking to Miss Judy. She was like, "Are you on time?" Hear me, Miss Lady. I have a duty to be on time. Because remember, I'm boring all your time, right? Now that 2025, Miss Judy, how many titles does Exodus have under their belt?
We have 4 Panorama titles: 1992, 2001, 2003, 2004, and the 5th one, 2025.
You heard it here first. Miss Judy, Republic Bank, Exodus, right in Tunapuna, 2025.
Agreed?
Agree. And I mean, we're here with section leaders, so we know the thing done set already. Right? 2025. How do you find the music song in?
The soca songs itself, I haven't really listened to any soca songs besides Cocotica, you know that song gonna go well.
And the new young brother going.
Yes.
But I am a person, I like to wait until the song hit the pan. Because a song might sound good and it might be very popular, but when they lay down on pan, it might not flow as it might need it for a Panorama song. So I don't like to have any prejudgment. I like to wait until the song layout and then we decide where we go with it.
But Miss Judy, most times, right, Exodus is known for using old songs or current songs.
No, I will say a mix. We were first known to using our own arrangement that's under the era with Pepelam Goddard. We sometimes play the current song. I remember in this recent last 2 years, when Pan Tobago changed the rule that they could have played an old piece, we went 2 consecutive years where we played old pieces. I think it was Long Time and Tourist Lego. So this year, I think when we asked the feedback from the players, I think we're looking to go back current. Now, you know, we have to listen to what your players are saying too, and a general survey said, let's hit it back current again, you know.
Olia, I want to make a little bacchanal, right? So besides the problem to come in the grandstand in the Panorama, and I say it not loud, because I find like when I reach outside, I shouldn't have hiccup. I come to here, pan, open the gate, let me pass. Right? From all your perspective on the ends of being the players, being in the core of it, what do you all think, or do you all think there are some improvements that Punch and Bago should come along with to enhance the quality of what Panorama is?
You know, you want to go first? Look, we just answer first. I want to just ask. We go first.
I think with regards to the crowd, I mean, I would love the crowd to be bigger. I would love the crowd to be bigger. I find it's Panorama, it's the national instrument, and the grandstand, the north stand, the greens, everywhere should be rampacked. So I would really love the crowd to be bigger. Suggestions, I think the price could be a little hiked sometimes. You know, not everybody can always afford that hiked price. To me, even the lower level of prices can be sometimes a little much. So maybe that contributes to, because the drag does be full.
Ram out.
The drag full.
And it's free.
Exactly. The drag full.
And that,
so
to me, that's where the vibes does be.
Exactly.
On the drag.
So maybe we should look into how we transcend what we have on the drag more into the stands.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
What do you think?
For me, of course, you know, in everything, there will be improvements. For me, I think it's the handling of the crowd because, for one, safety reasons. When we push in these gigantic racks and these big trailers and the floats behind us, there are people who are cutting through the band. And yes, I mean, close up to the stage there is security and stuff, but on the drags itself, where there's no security, there's a risk, and that could lead to harm to individuals.
Every year somebody gets hit.
And every year, we've even had players who've gotten hurt trying to navigate the rack. So I think maybe a little more. Of course, you don't want to diminish the vibes and the energy of the drags, But we need to have a little more concern for the safety of the individuals who's coming to hear the pan and to the players themselves and to those who help the players with the racks. I think also that is a part of the problem.
Food for thought, Miss Judy. You have anything? You're here a long time. Long time, right? You're here a long time.
I mean, this current regime of Pan Tobago has been trying to do improvements, and we must give them kudos under the leadership of Beverly Ramsey. From what they came from, I must give Mrs. Ramsey her kudos. In terms of improvement, I want to go a little different to everybody else. I think that is where we need to have an appreciation for the culture, not just as come and drink free and come and just, it's a free thing.
Yeah.
We need to get people to appreciate pan and come and pay to hear your pan. Because both of them mentioned the drag is full of people. And these people are able to take their money and pay. That's why we have extra concerts. For example, we had a big concert here last Sunday, and the place was full. People paid to hear their children play. So we must, and if we have this kind of thinking, I'm coming, it's not a free pan. So we need to get, to change the image that pan must always be free. Pay, because sometimes the drag, look for say single pan. The drag full, and I'm sure the drag haven't put on the stand. So it's a mindset to change that pan is not always have to be free. And I know they are working on that, and it starts from even when we have something here for the children, pay and enter. We won't charge you
a pound and a
height.
crown.
You know, we charge $40 and this whole place was full.
And if you're being fair, you'll pay to go and listen to a whole orchestra play violins and everything. So I can come and play, to hear you on national instruments.
But then if you're being fair, we'll also pay to go and hear DJs on a track.
Yeah, true.
So if you're being fair, I think on the topic of our culture is that we need to do a little more marketing. And
your specialty?
Miss Judy?
Yes.
You keeping things under your belt here and not telling me?
Come on.
And Miss Judy? No, but you all can agree on that. I think we need to market it much more where people understand that it's a craft.
Yeah.
It's an art. It's a skill.
Because you can't come behind a pan and play just socket and that. Well, it is a skill.
Well, I watching mine. She just stand behind the pan and she just said ping pong, ping pong.
But maybe she
pong, 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 pong. You know, but Miss Judy, the marketer, know you tell me about that?
Yeah, I'm a chartered marketer.
You said that real soft when you wanted everybody to talk on real hard just now.
But I'm
You
a
said that
chartered
real
marketer
soft.
from Chartered Institute of the CIM qualification. I'm a chartered marketer. That's my
So if we give you the opportunity to market pan, give me 3 things you will do to enhance the marketing of our national instruments.
First of all, I would cut down on I will make no blocker free. We have too much of free blockers. If you have to pay $20 yourself, I'll make you pay. Because it's a skill, and I will try to reduce the concept of pan is always free. Secondly, I can see from Exodus Facebook page, I mean, all steel bands should really be on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, just by placing all the performances on our Christmas concert Sunday, among the messages I have received for 2 people when they're trying to come and learn pan. So
Make sure you save a spot for my child and put it in front, eh?
Social media is an avenue where we can easily market the steel band. All steel bands should have a social media person, and these young ones, they're on social media every day. They can be marketed for you.
Yeah.
And nothing beats with them out there. All these social media platforms,
always say
right?
that, yes.
And thirdly, I will say always start back in schools. We need to the love for pan. They say people say, oh God, that is noise. So we need to create an atmosphere or create a thinking where we can inculcate in people's minds some small to love pan. Let me just say this, in Exocubs, our goal is for the children to love pan. They may not be like Llori or Jryck and have the musical qualification, but what they will do, make them appreciate the steel pan, and in that way they will, here, let me go and pay to go to a concert. So it's just a love and appreciation. I will promote pan through the young ones that they will able to, and it will transcend along. Because for Sunday again, when one child was playing here, I saw mommy, tanty, daddy, and the granny with the stick.
Well, I want you to know when mine come, it's about 15 hours come, and everybody, all right, Miss Judy, good afternoon, Miss Judy. I'm just telling you.
It was real vibes here. Call your children name. And people happy to just to see. I mean, as we said, our manager is, so let me just pick up our manager is. To me, that is the manager of pan. You can't get nobody better than Mohammed. That is my opinion, and that is the best. he was telling us playing. Not every child will want to be a qualified pan player, but they want to love the pan.
Yeah,
And be given the opportunity to either love or progress and study pan.
But then here's the part that I fall in, and I think many persons do. There are people who don't know how to play the pan, but there are people who know how to support the pan.
True.
And I jumping off of the heels of what you said, you might bring your child here to learn to play, and then they realize, but this is not what I want. But there is an eagerness to push our pan. Go with the pan group,
And
be a
nothing wrong with
part
that.
of the culture. So bringing them here could really stem different aspects of
Because
themselves.
everybody might study maths, not everybody be a lawyer, and everybody be a pan player.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can appreciate the arts.
Correct, correct. Ole area like this, we're looking for 2025, right? I have to come in the steel yard when it's judging time.
Well, here we pack, eh?
I know. I start to stand up across the road. I come from what Miss Judy, I come from a father. Panorama is mine, you know. My father is telling me plain. I don't care what party it have on that day. Pan is weird. So it's me and you walking in the grandstand, and it's me and you walking out the grandstand.
Very nice.
That's his tradition. And
Yes.
I think if we taking a page out of the book of Exodus and from Miss Judy and from your mommy, it's people learning to create traditions with their children.
Yeah.
Culture is one of the best ways of establishing that generational, and I'll call it wealth, because it is wealth.
Yeah, for sure.
It is wealth. It is one of the best ways of creating generational wealth. Miss Judy, before I leave, anything else you want to tell us about Exodus today?
I would just say Exodus was the little history of our man, right?
Yes.
So we was started in the term in 1980, but we started up in St. John
Well,
Road.
them figures,
And
eh?
Amin Mohammed, who is Ainsworth's brother,
Yes.
he was the lead person that led a group out of flamingos and form. I must mention Bob Tyrrell was with him, give Bob his flowers, but Amin was the man who led the band for 15 years. And what Amin, a lot of people do not know, Amin mortgaged his house to buy pans for Exodus. As he mentioned before, we have 4 panoramas, and we just won our 4th National Music Festival. We have these 2 young ladies who are part.
My first festival.
Right? Right, they were a part of that. We also are holder, the band is holder of the Shakonia
Medal?
Shakonia medal. We have also won Caribbean Panorama and 2 World Music Festivals. And of course, we have the Junior Arm Executives, of where these 2 lovely young ladies, who were board members, are now tutors. And let me just say this in closing. People have a bit like to say, the child can't play a pan anymore because there are lessons, right?
I hear
These
that.
2 young ladies, primary school, they played pan. Secondary school, they played pan.
Yep.
Cape, they played pan.
And my girl
Sixth
in her
form, they
last
played pan.
year.
Both of them.
All 3 of us.
Right, in the final year university. Pan only enhances your education, your mental capacity. So don't stop your child from playing any.
And your ability to balance.
And they can balance. Exodus has been a foundation for their leadership growth. They're able to balance. And now we're looking to see the one do the masters just now.
What are you doing, all the bachelors?
Yeah.
Right, after bachelor's, master, Miss Judy, I want to do my doctorate, but
Very nice.
Miss Judy,
Very nice.
anything else you want to tell us before we leave this afternoon?
For me, I really want to instill the idea that pan is part of who we are.
Definitely.
And if anybody is given any opportunity to learn, appreciate, be around, hear, take heed, Steelpan, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. It's the same way that we grew up and we learn our Creole. We learn foods, you know how to make pilau. Every Eid and Diwali eating curry.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Every carnival, you know, Panorama coming up. Find yourself in the grass.
Yes.
Find yourself on the grass and take in the pan.
Yes.
Even if you don't know a note.
Me like to say, I had the time I just know what going on. Yes, me. So, yellow, which band we supporting this year? When I know that band come on, if you see my real listening, because that the band, the man supporting, right? Anything else you want to tell us before we leave?
I think that we should love what we have, and pan is what we have, and parents, even if you're not a parent and you yourself never had the opportunity, I think you should just come and experience it. Come and enjoy it. Come and just be a part of what makes us who we are, because I think it's an important thing to just appreciate what we have, because it is amazing. It is an amazing thing, and we should appreciate.
Guys, I want to say, stay on the road with finishing. I want to make sure I get this correct. Spanish and linguistics.
Right, but Spanish is the minor.
Minor.
Right.
And then we have a major in chemistry and double major in chemistry and biology.
Biochem.
Biochemistry. And now we have the marketing strategist who didn't want to say nothing when the camera came on. And then we have me finishing my master's in human communications. I think the one lesson I'm taking from today and standing right here on Exodus grounds is that of family. Yeah. And within family, we encourage each other to grow and to go.
You know, it's actually my oldest friend.
Yeah.
Look at, and you all became friends inside of here?
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here. You know, it's my oldest friend.
Look at that. Miss Judy, have done well.
and they both play other instruments, but they just being modest.
Llori can play every single steelpan, and she also plays mandolin and violin.
Oh, you never said
I want to say
that.
that's
And she plays trumpet and
I know, oh, you never said that.
What is her nose saying?
So, where the pan stick?
In my bag.
So, all come in the pan, all come to do the pan interview with outer pan.
Yeah.
So we're playing one somewhere in the pan, yeah.
No, but Miss Judy, on behalf of the elders especially, and this is our point I want to dive in, not even just in the Panyards, but in communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago. You see the elders who have taken children who are not actually their children, but made them their children.
Yeah.
That is something that we as Trinidad and Tobago, we are known for. Yeah. And I think if we generate this kind of community and this kind of love and this essence of feeling belonged a lot more, we could shift our social narrative.
100%.
So, Miss Judy, on behalf of all of us, I just want to know when I walk in here, I will to like, excuse me, hi, looking for Miss Judy. Or let's see Miss Judy. No, but on behalf of all of us, continue doing what you're doing. Because there are children who need people like you. And both of you all, and I always tell myself this, there are people who don't have people.
Yeah.
So if we can be the people who are people to people, I think we are fulfilling our purpose. And the things that we're supposed to do. All better find 2 pants, and all better come and play 2 tunes here for my cameraman to take it. Because the aesthetics, the trophies, the living history, the living future of Exodus, it is here. As always, love, light, real pan. They say pan in your rukun kotunkun, right? Exodus, Tameeka Castillo. This was amazing.